are live at the home-based hotel in Ijebu-Ode, Ogun State for the quarterly general meeting of the Molusi Old Student Association. The Molusi College Old Student Association is a group of old students from the prestigious college coming together to discuss issues that are germane to the growth of the set and, of course, give back to their alma mater. This will be their first physical meeting in almost 3 years due to the global pandemic, and it is also a 3-day epochal event and a Thanksgiving get-together. We started on Friday, 18th of February, with lots of activities and fun. We at Epochal Blog are right here to give you updates as the program unfolds. I am Joy Udo. Do stay with us.
The home-based hotel Ijebu-Ode, which was the choosing location for the MOCOSA quarterly meeting, was bubbling with activities. It was indeed the best opportunity to relax and stay off work. Just as the members took out time to enjoy the serene environment, we had the chance to approach some of them who could give us details about this reunion meeting.
One of those whom God had spared to witness today. The last time we met, that was in 2018. Two of us, we have lost 2 members. So our being alive is not by our power. It is the grace of God. And that is why we are here again, witnessing another reunion of the MOCOSA.
In our interview, she spoke about the purpose of the hangout, which was to reunite after a long while due to the COVID. Also to give gratitude to God for being alive. She further explained why it is so important to thank God for moments like this, as she is a survivor of the COVID virus herself.
It was in 2019 that we had this surge of COVID-19. So many of us, including my humble self, we had COVID-19 attacks. You all know that this thing took away lives of so many people. But for those of us that are spared to be alive, don't you think it's better or it's worth it for us to target Thanksgiving? Thanksgiving in the sense that we are alive. Not only that we are alive, we are living. We are enjoying ourselves till we now decide to have another physical. Before now, we have been having Zoom. But now we decide to have a physical get together, physical coming together to see how are you faring, how have you been. Let me see you. You know, at times pictures can be fake. But now when I see you one-on-one, I will now be able to assess you. So it's another opportunity for us to assess one another. You can see that I'm alive. I've been enjoying myself since yesterday, including those of us that are able to come together. And we are even expecting more coming together today, tomorrow. That so you are still alive, I'm still alive. Then we have all cause to glorify the name of God.
She advised that the virus is real and they also have taken precautions before coming together.
I am a testifier that is actually exists. One of those that had gone through it. And not only my humble self, we have about 4 or 5 people amongst us. I mean, when I say 4 or 5 people amongst us, I mean those that are able to come out boldly to tell you that, oh, I went through it. We have some of us that are silent about it, but that really went through it. It was indeed, it's something that you don't pray to come across. Yes, it caught me unawares. I thought it was just an ordinary malaria. But before you knew it, it turned to be something. I had to call one of us, who is a medical personnel, See, oh, I'm witnessing this. Oh, this is how I'm feeling. Oh, do you know what he said? He said, as a medical personnel, I too have been isolated. My wife, the entire family. Oh, that's when I know that, well, it is only those whom God had kept that are able to come out unscratched and say, glory be to God. In actual sense, it exists, whether you like it or not. Whatever name you give it, it exists.
She explained how the excitement of seeing her people made her eat so much of the ekpe fish.
Excitement will open your appetite, whether you like it or not. When you are excited, things you don't do on a normal day, you will have the urge to do it. Apart from the fact that ekpe fish is always special. So when the ekpe fish was brought, it started giving me the urge to want to eat it. Now when it was cooked, before we were even asked whether we were going to take it with something edible or not, I already took a plate of pepper soup of ekpe fish. I had forgotten that I was going to eat it with something else. Before I was served, actually, one of our mates was served. I couldn't wait for my turn. I started eating with him. When my own was brought, I didn't allow him to touch my own. I took it in form of pepper soup. When it was now brought again as soup for rice, I took it. Before I knew it, I was overfed. I had to run away because I couldn't stand it again. Eating the aroma, the freshness, the cooking. I mean, you can go ahead mentioning things like that. It was fantastic. Fantastic. And even one of my friends, one of our mates, took her own to her room where we lodged, and we had to open up again and started eating it, because not because we have not been eating fish, but when you talk about ekpe fish, the freshness cannot be compared with any other thing.
She indeed shed more light on the main purpose of the meeting.
Yeah, the objective of this particular get together or set is that though we started young, when we didn't even have any vision or mission, apart from the fact that yes, we came together, met one another from year one, that is, it is now GSS 1, no, but now class 1 to class 5. They started this SS at the end of our own set. So we have been through a lot. We have been through a lot. And then because of the love between every one of us, you discover that despite everything, we still feel, or we have that aura of coming together and not missing anyone. Coming together again to see ourselves not as adults, but as those guys, those young boys and girls that we started with. That's, yeah.
First of all, we are unique in the sense that it was actually during our own course, or the session we came in, when the girls came in, it became a mixed school. Either two, it was a boys' school essentially. But when we came in as as a mixed school. So that's unique in a way, and the uniqueness just continues. We were the first set of Molusians to do their school certificate exam in May, June, as opposed to December. So It was a pretty averagely large class, about 40, 44 per class. Well, we had four arms, and I think, as far as I can remember, we were about 144 in number in the first year, which was in 1969. And there's a proverb in Yoruba says, "Ogún ọmọdún, ogún ọmọdé kò lè ṣeré fún ogún ọdún." So the saying goes. So since then, we parted. We actually parted in 1973. Everybody went their own ways, and by the time we were regrouping, we had already lost a sizable number of us. Some are still in diaspora, some here. But we managed to bring everybody together. So we are together. It coincided with the time when the technology of WhatsApp came up. So it was very, easy to actually build up the numbers. I remember this was started by our able global president, Dr. Wole Kukoyi, and his equally abled assistant, Reverend Shola Ogunbanjo. They brainstormed. I think it was in 2000 and I don't know 15 or whatever. So and since then we have been, each of us was rather, but given the assignment to increase, so we went as such, or we went searching, and gradually we actually built up to what number we are now. I can't really offer tell you, but we're quite sizable. We caught up for old time's sake. We all change as life treats us. We have different careers and different pathways we followed, and we now started again to start being friends all over again after that big gulf or lacuna. So we started the re friending, as it were, all over again, and we got more and more fond and fond of each other. We had a reunion, a 45th reunion in 2018. By the way, by another coincidence, it happened to be on this same place, home base hotels. So we do quarterly meetings. So for this one, it's kind of again unique, not least because we're coming out of the COVID pandemic, and it's actually the first outing for us all to actually see each other physical after over 2 years vacuum.
Our set, MOCOSA 6973 sets, it's probably one of the most cohesive sets. Just like he alluded to, it's a very special set. And I think what makes us so unique is the spirit of altruism that we've all embraced, the spirit of giving back. Not only looking out for the welfare of our members, but of course, giving back to the alma mater. We have embarked on so many projects, aimed at making life meaningful for those students that are there now. After all, some people sacrifice for us. And I always said it, that look, you wouldn't be where you are today if some people did not work and sacrifice for you. So some people did, and we just have to be able to give back to our community. And just like you also alluded to, this is not just a meeting, you know, but it is a Thanksgiving service, Thanksgiving reunion. I know one of our members said earlier on there are about 5 or 6 members of this set that really came in contact with the virus. But for God's unfailing mercies, we all survived it. We are all here today. I remember when I was going through my own ordeal last year. I didn't tell anybody. I only told the global president, Dr. Wole Kukoyi. I wasn't thinking beyond seeing the next minute, the next second, and I was able to battle it for about 6 weeks. But I'm here today. So that is why this is a very special moment for every one of us. not only to meet, but of course to give thanks to God for what God has done for every one of us. So, just like you alluded to, yesterday was a fish night. We had a wonderful time. Today is going to be the corporate night. Of course, the fish galore continues, the barbecue night today. Then, of course, tomorrow we're having a meeting. Some of us will stay beyond tomorrow till Monday. But most significantly, this is a five-star hotel here owned by one of our members. And he has just opened his doors for us to come in and just enjoy ourselves. I remember the last time we had a reunion here was about 2 or 3 years ago, the same spot. So we thank God that he's doing very well. We thank God for his life. We thank God for the life of his children. The fish that we're eating today is going to be prepared. It's being prepared by his wife, who is over there. So it's like a family affair. So I just thank God for MOCOSA 6973, and I just want to enjoin all our leaders, those that have been leading us in the past, to continue, that God will continue to give them the strength it takes to move our set forward